We've all seen them: construction zones, orange cones, heavy machinery, and hardworking men and women. It's easy to think it's just noise and chaos, but behind the scenes it's a carefully orchestrated dance of skill and precision. These aren't just buildings going up. They are homes, hospitals, schools, places where people will live, learn, and heal. And the folks building them, they deserve our utmost respect. Too often people underestimate the complexity of construction. They see a building going up and think, I could do that. But could they? Construction involves countless disciplines, from engineering and carpentry to plumbing and electrical. Each trade requires years of training and experience. Think about the last time you tried to fix a leaky faucet. Did it go as planned? Now imagine multiplying that by 1,000 with deadlines looming and safety on the line. That's what contractors deal with every day. So the next time you see a construction site, take a moment to appreciate the skill and dedication it takes to bring those structures to life. These men and women are not just building buildings, they're building our future. What exactly does a construction contractor do? It's more than just swinging a hammer. They are the orchestra conductors of the building world. They oversee every aspect of a project from start to finish. First, they take the architect's vision and turn it into a workable plan. They assemble and manage teams of skilled tradespeople, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, you name it. They make sure everyone is on schedule and on budget. They are also masters of logistics. Coordinating materials, equipment, and manpower is no easy feat. They troubleshoot problems, big and small. Weather delays, unexpected site conditions, you name it, they handle it. And let's not forget about safety. Contractors are responsible for ensuring a safe work environment for everyone on site. That means following strict regulations and implementing best practices. It's a demanding job that requires a unique blend of skills. Respect. It's the cornerstone of any successful relationship, and in the world of construction, it's non-negotiable. When you hire a contractor, you're not just paying for their labor. You're paying for their expertise, their experience, and their dedication to delivering a quality project. Respecting your contractor means trusting their judgment. These are professionals who have spent years honing their craft. They know what works and what doesn't. Constant questioning and second-guessing only undermines their authority and can lead to costly mistakes. It also means clear and open communication. Keep your contractor informed of any concerns or changes you may have. But remember, communication is a two-way street. Listen to their advice and be open to their suggestions. Respecting your contractor also means respecting their time. Construction projects operate on tight schedules. Delays caused by indecisiveness or lack of communication can have a ripple effect, impacting deadlines and budgets. Remember, a respectful working relationship benefits everyone. It fosters trust, promotes collaboration, and ultimately leads to a successful project. Disrespect on a job site is like a wrench in the gears. It throws everything off balance and can have disastrous consequences. I've seen it firsthand, folks. When clients treat contractors with disrespect, it creates a toxic environment that breeds resentment and mistrust. One common form of disrespect is micromanaging. Constantly looking over the contractor's shoulder, questioning every decision, and demanding constant updates can be incredibly demoralizing. It shows a lack of trust in their abilities and can lead to costly delays as the contractor is forced to constantly justify their actions. Another form of disrespect is refusing to acknowledge the contractor's expertise. Remember, you hired them for a reason. They are the experts in their field. Ignoring their advice or attempting to dictate how the work should be done is a recipe for disaster. Disrespect can also manifest in more subtle ways, such as making unreasonable demands, constantly changing your mind about design elements, or failing to pay invoices on time. These actions show a lack of respect for the contractor's time and professionalism. Section 5. The domino effect. How disrespect impacts everyone. Disrespect on a construction site doesn't just affect the contractor, it's like a virus that spreads throughout the entire project, infecting everyone involved. When a contractor feels disrespected, it impacts their morale. They're less likely to go the extra mile or offer innovative solutions. The quality of their work may suffer and deadlines may be missed. This in turn affects the client. A project that's behind schedule and over budget is not what anyone wants. It can lead to frustration, anger, and even legal disputes. But it's not just the contractor and the client who suffer. Disrespect can create tension and conflict among the entire workforce. This can lead to miscommunication, mistakes, and even accidents. Remember, a construction site is a dangerous place. Everyone on site has a responsibility to maintain a safe working environment. Disrespect, and the negativity it breeds, can distract from that crucial goal, putting everyone at risk. Section 6. Safety first, always protecting lives on the construction site. Let's talk about safety for a minute. Construction is one of the most dangerous professions out there. Heavy machinery, working at heights, and dealing with hazardous materials are all part of the job. That's why safety should always be the top priority on any construction site. Now here's where respect comes back into play. When you disrespect a contractor, you're not just disrespecting them as individuals, you're disrespecting the inherent dangers of their profession. You're undermining the importance of safety protocols and putting everyone at risk. Think about it this way: if a contractor is constantly being micromanaged or second-guessed, they're more likely to become distracted and make mistakes. And in a high-risk environment like a construction site, even a small mistake can have serious consequences. Respecting a contractor means respecting their commitment to safety. It means listening to their advice when it comes to safety procedures, providing the necessary safety equipment, and fostering a work environment where safety is everyone's top priority. Remember, a safe job site is a productive job site, and it all starts with respect. Section 7. Building bridges, not walls. Effective communication is crucial. Communication. It's the foundation of any successful relationship, and in the world of construction, it's absolutely critical. When you're building something, whether it's a house, a bridge, or a skyscraper, everyone needs to be on the same page. Now, effective communication isn't just about talking, it's about listening. It's about understanding different perspectives and finding common ground. And it's about building trust. When you hire a contractor, you're not just hiring their skills and expertise, you're hiring their ability to communicate effectively with you and with their team. You need to be able to clearly articulate your vision for the project, and they need to be able to clearly explain the process, the timeline, and the budget. But communication isn't a one-way street. You need to be open to listening to your contractor's advice and recommendations. They're the experts after all. And if you have any concerns or questions, don't be afraid to speak up. Remember, good communication builds bridges. It fosters collaboration, prevents misunderstandings, and ultimately leads to a more successful project. Section 8. A lesson learned: real-life stories of disrespect and their fallout. I've seen it time and again. Disrespect on a job site can lead to a whole heap of trouble. Let me tell you about one particular project that really sticks in my mind. It was a beautiful custom home, top-of-the-line everything. The client, however, was another story. This client, he thought he knew more than the contractor, questioned every decision, and constantly interfered with the work. He wouldn't let the contractor do his job. The result: delays, cost overruns, and shoddy work. The client ended up suing the contractor, and the whole thing turned into a legal nightmare. Another time, I saw a client who was constantly changing her mind about the design. She'd pick out one tile, then change her mind the next day. She'd move walls, add windows, the list goes on. This constant back and forth drove the contractor crazy and added months to the project timeline. These are just two examples of how disrespect can derail a project. But the consequences can be even more serious. I've seen disrespectful behavior lead to accidents on the job site. When people aren't focused on safety, bad things can happen. Section 9. The bottom line. Respect builds more than just structures. At the end of the day, it's simple. Respect is paramount in the construction industry. It's not just about being polite, it's about recognizing the hard work, skill, and dedication that these men and women bring to the job site every day. When you treat contractors with respect, you create a positive and productive work environment, you foster trust, encourage collaboration, and ultimately, you get a better end product. So, the next time you see a construction site, remember the people behind the hard hats and safety vests. They're not just building structures, they're building our communities, our schools, our hospitals. They deserve our respect. And remember, respect builds more than just structures. It builds relationships, it builds trust, and it builds a better future for everyone.